What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Scotty, and we're here for my review on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 12, Episode 3. Now, before I get into this review, I just want to let you guys know that being that I'm doing this review from my camera, well, not from my camera, being that I'm doing this review from my phone, I can only record for 15 minutes. So there's certain things that I'm not going to talk about because I don't have time to try to cram all this shit in one video for 15 minutes and then talk about a bunch of shit that don't matter. So I'm just going to talk about the shit that really mattered to me since I only have a select amount of time. Okay, so if you're wondering why the videos are kind of short, that is why. All right, so let's just get on to the review. So we're gonna start off with Cynthia and Eva, the two boring dingbats of the fucking show. They're out house hunting or whatever, and they start discussing Nene, and you know what I mean? Like, Nene was basically discussing how she doesn't trust Nene and how she has to go look for a new house because Kevin McCall and found out where the fuck she stayed at, so now she's really got to move, and now they're in the two-bedroom townhouse until they find out what the fuck they need to do. Eva already ain't got no fucking money. So I just feel like this girl, get something that's affordable to you. I just feel like Eva's one of those girls that really ain't got it all in her wallet or in her fucking brain, and she decides that she's gonna get something just to give it to the people. And at this point, you don't need to try to give it to the people. Give it to yourself. You know what I mean? Get something that you know that you can afford. But it is what it is. I am not one to count nobody's pockets. I just know what the fuck I would do. So then they go into the house, one of the houses that they were looking at, and they start discussing Portia. So apparently Eva is at the Dish Nation, and you know, she's filling in for Portia, which is why I don't understand why the fuck she was going so hard on Portia, because girl, you wouldn't have another stream of income if it wasn't for that bitch. So I think you might need to tread the fuck lightly, okay? Like, girl, but okay, but you know, they were basically saying with everything that she got going on with her man and her baby and all of that, she has a lot going on, and work may be the best thing for her. And now they were talking about, you know, Eva was saying how Cynthia has been such a great friend to her. Eva's so happy that her and Cynthia have formulated a bond, you know, past Martha Gate and, you know, paying niggas to date her gate and everything like that. So I guess it's nice to see that these two boring ass bitches got a friendship. I mean, it's not a friendship that I like to see on TV, but you know, how many others have them? Friends. I got plenty, so even Cynthia might as well be friends, okay? So, we get into Portia, and she's about to meet up with the friend that's the friend of everybody's friend, and that is Tanya. So, you know, Tanya went from being Nene's friend to Eva's good friend to Portia's friend. You know, she's just crawling up the totem pole, to be quite honest. I mean, it is what it is. So they sit down and they eat, and Portia was saying that, you know, Kenya had a Barbie party for her little girl and how everybody was there except for Nene. So Portia asked Tanya, you know, have you heard from Nene? Have you spoken to Nene? And, you know, Tanya was like, no, I haven't spoken to her. You know, I have not talked to her at all, you know. And at this point, you know, none of these girls are really fucking with Nene like that right now. And Nene ain't fucking with them. And, you know, it's pretty obvious at this point in time. But after they get done talking about Nene, they focus more on Portia's troubles and how Portia went to Dr. Sherry with Dennis, and she found out that Dennis was fucking a whole nother bitch while she was pregnant. And I can honestly see why she probably mushed his ass, because at the end of the day, you're pregnant. That's an intimate time in a relationship. Like, nigga, I'm pregnant and you putting your dick up in other bitches. Like, clearly you don't give a fuck about me. You don't give a fuck about our health, because you out here fucking any and everybody, okay? And it just is what it is. And you know, Portia feels some type of way because, you know, she still loves this man, obviously, and she still wants it to work out. And I don't feel like she's wrong for wanting to work it out. To be honest, I don't think that she's wrong. I feel like at the end of the day, I mean, the shit is fresh. She has every right to love who the fuck she want to love. It's just that right now she needs that time for herself to know exactly what it is that she want to do. Okay, I do feel like Portia's relationship did move a bit fast. They really didn't know each other like that, and I just feel like they were not exclusive until she got pregnant. And once she got pregnant, the gloves were fucking off. Meaning the gloves as the condoms. They were the fuck off and she got pregnant. So it's kind of like, once she got pregnant, it became more than what it was. So I know, I'm not gonna fault her for it at this point, you know what I mean? But it's always hard to see somebody who was, cause Portia was in fucking love. She was so much in love that it annoyed the shit out of me last season. But that's why it's so hard for me to look at it, because I'm like, this bitch was just in love all last season, and look at what the fuck she going through now. It's just real fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's really fucked up, and I wouldn't wish that shit on no damn body. I've had my share of heartache, and let me tell you something. It ain't nothing to be laughed at about. Trust me and believe me on that. It really ain't. So, Kenya, her first cousin Shay comes over, and Kenya really don't like nobody touching her baby. And I'm guessing it's because this is her first child, and it may be her only damn child, and she's very sacred. But I don't know. I guess I have to be a father to understand this shit, because I don't understand people who, has an issue with people like, touching their hands, or, but I'm guessing it's like, oh, I don't want my baby to get sick or whatever. Some people are very overprotective, and at this point in time, you got to be. But sometimes people do a lot when it comes to the kids. And I think that Kenya is one of those people that does a lot. But again, it's her first child, so she's very attached, and she's very, I don't know, very iffy about who the fuck she lets around her child. So I understand it, for the most part. But we get into the meat and potatoes of the situation, and she's talking about Mark. Now, her and Mark had a fairy tale beginning. Everything was kosher like a pickle, and everything was good at first. But at this point in time, everything ain't good anymore. It's not good anymore. It's not. And that's the part that really irks her the most. It's not really good anymore between her and Mark. And Mark is really treating her like a second-class citizen. Like, she thought that after the baby came, he would spend more time with her. But it's like, at this point, it's more so about Brooklyn. It's not about her. Like, all he wants to do is spend time with the baby, but he doesn't want to spend any time with me. And, I don't see it as she's competing with the child. I just see it as a wife feeling like a loner. Like, I got my husband here, and he really don't want to fuck with me like that. And he doesn't even feel comfortable laying in the bed with me unless the baby's in the middle. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Either he don't like you, either he cheating, or he got some other shit going on. Because I don't understand it. Like, nigga, that's your wife. You know what I mean? That's your wife, and you don't feel comfortable sleeping in the bed with her. You got to put your baby in between y'all. Something wrong with that picture. I don't know what it is, but it ain't my damn business. We get into Nene and Greg. So, they're getting ready for the American Cancer Society or something like that, because of what happened with Greg, and they were sitting down talking about the cancer days and everything like that, and how it was difficult for the both of them. It was difficult for Greg because he was the one that had the cancer, but it was also difficult for Nene being the caregiver and all of that stuff. Now, I, for one, was saying that she was selfish as fuck during that time that he had cancer. And I still feel like she was selfish as a motherfucker, because she made it all about her. That's just what I think, and that's just what I feel, and it ain't gonna fucking change. That's just what I think. Point blank, period. Okay, she was. Then she started talking about a friendship with Cynthia, and how she feels like she's afraid that, she said it's different for her to fall out with the other girls than it is for her falling out with Cynthia, because her and Cynthia were very, very close. And at this point, she's afraid that the friendship would never be the same. But Nene, if the friendship would never be the same, it's because of you. Because you do a lot of low-down shit when you fall out with somebody. You talk about them like a dog. You do press runs about them, and you call them weak, and you degrade them in every motherfucking interview. So you're really not that damn worried about the friendship and worried about it not coming back to where it was, because you're making sure that it doesn't. You're making sure that it doesn't, because you do shit that friends don't do to each other. Point blank, period. Like, when I sit up here and me and Justin J stopped being cool, I didn't go out here and do press runs about him to make him look like a villain. I simply never spoke on the situation. Why? Because I considered him a fucking close friend of mine. Why? Because I consider him like a brother to me. So regardless of what happened and how I felt about what happened, I didn't do that. So Nene doesn't exhibit that type of behavior at all. Like she's the type of person that you gotta watch out for. Soon as mad day come, she gonna drag your ass for filth and she gonna say the shit that she been wanting to say in the back of her mind. Cause she ain't no real motherfucking friend. So all this bullshit about her saying she's afraid that her and Cynthia's relationship may not be the same. You ain't afraid, bitch. You don't give a fuck. So stop acting like you do. Girl, bye. So now it's time for Kenya and Mark again. They're in the kitchen. And Kenya's trying to cook, but she ain't really got shit in her refrigerator because she ain't went to the damn grocery store. Girl, go to Kroger and get you some goddamn groceries. Go. Please go. So, Kenya trying to talk to Mark. Mark ain't even paying her ass no mind. He constantly talking to the baby. He don't give a fuck about Kenya. And it was very hard to watch. I had to put my hand on my heart for a minute. I'm like, nigga, your wife is talking to you and you ignore her. Like, you act like that bitch ain't shit to you. Like, I don't understand how you can believe that and how you can act like that. Like, oh my God. Like, he really was laying it on thick. Like, she talking to him, telling him how much he means to her. Giving him advice or giving him an idea about the restaurant and how how people in Atlanta been asking to bring his restaurant down here. She even opted to bring up Todd and see what he can do for him. He ain't listening to nothing Kenya is saying. And he was very condescending, very sarcastic. He's not interested in Kenya at all. And if Kenya don't see this, she a damn fool because we all see it. So I need for her to see it. Real talk. So we get into Nene and Marlo. Nene getting ready for the Pride event. And Marlo wants Nene to extend an olive branch to Cynthia and Eva when she gets out there on that float. And Nene feels like, I can say hello. I ain't got a problem. They got a problem. I ain't got a problem. Bitch, you got one. Stop trying to act like you unbothered. Bitch, you know you got a problem. That's the reason why you're not friends with them. Because you had a problem. You said everybody was judging you about the Greg thing. Everybody had so much to say, but what everybody had to say was the fucking truth, bitch. So you can just miss me with it. Like, girl, bye. And want to sit up here and talk about Cynthia this, Cynthia that. I reached out to Cynthia earlier, a couple of months ago, and, she didn't respond. The text message was full of shit, so what the fuck made you think that things were going to be better when you sent that shit? Like, Nene is very condescending, and I just can't fuck with that mule-looking bitch. Like, fuck Nene. I'm so over her. So Cynthia and Eva, they discussed Nene's interview where Nene called her weak and pathetic and everything like that. And when I went to New Jersey this summer, I saw that interview. I had just got my ass out the shower, and I just happened to pick up my phone. I saw she was dragging her ass. I was like, here she go on another goddamn, tirade, dragging fucking Cynthia. And then she gonna say, Cynthia did 7 interviews, and it really hurt me. Bitch, you do many interviews about people. You started this whole campaign when y'all first fell out, and you was on Watch What Happens Live saying she really doesn't bring anything to the show, like doing all types of shit to someone that's supposed to be your friend. It's a bunch of bullshit, and you need to know that. It is. It's flat out bullshit. It's flat out bullshit. You need to really stop. You are the one who always do these press runs and talk about your so-called friend like a dog. You do this. So girl, bye. Time for Pride. Cynthia and Eva are on the floor. Noelle is on the floor with her fluidy ass. She's on the floor. And Nene walks up. And it looks like she was going to speak to Cynthia. And the episode went off. So tonight's episode really wasn't all that. It really wasn't all that. I really didn't have much to talk about. I'll be glad when this shit cranks the fuck up because they keep hyping up this season like it's gonna be the shit. It needs to come on. Come on now. It needs to come on because I'm ready for more. But it wasn't all bad, but it wasn't all good either. But with that being said, you guys, this is my review. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram. My Instagram will be at the bottom. Be sure to do so. And I'm out of here, you guys. Till next time, my next video. Peace.